Okay. I think this is actually going to work now. Wow, this lighting is so bad. That's a little bit better. It's kind of blinding right here. There's nothing I can do about it, though. Okay, now I'm live. I had a struggle there for a second because, I don't know, I guess my stream URL changed, so I had to, like, go figure out where to input that and then change it. Let me get back over to chat, though. Okay, there we are. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Bruna. Oof. I'm very proud of myself that I was able to figure that out, because Christopher is not home, and I'm incapable of doing anything without him, so I'm glad I was able to do it, though. Yikes. Oh, I'm sorry you have to leave in 30 minutes, Bruna. Lame. Oof. Okay. My brain is so dead right now, so I don't even know what to talk about and stuff, but alright. Hi, Libby. You said you're going out to dinner? You've been stalling for 2 months to buy new pants, and now winter is here. Yeah, it's just a little important, you know, warmth and comfort. So, let's see. I think maybe I'll do some drawing right now. Ooh. There's a lot of random crap on here I don't need, though. Get off. Don't really need these anymore either, but it's fine. Okay. Oh, I should have grabbed another paper towel. Oh well. This little scrap that I have should be good for now. So, I don't know. I started watercoloring again a little bit. I haven't been doing it a whole lot, but I found it soothing. I've been painting mushrooms. So let's paint some mushrooms together today. Which are disgusting and I hate, but that's fine. Okay. What should we do next? How about this little guy? Okay, so I don't know. Someone give me something to talk about. I don't know what to talk about. Bromance Oplyathon is happening this week. I don't know if I'm participating. I did make a TBR, and I do want to participate, but I also want to read the books that I have checked out from the library right now. So I'm very much at I don't know, a standstill where I'm not sure what to do. So I think I'm going to the thing is, you could say, oh, we'll just do both, like read your library books and then read your Romance Oplyathon books, but that's not going to work because I have so many books checked out from the library right now that if I read my Romance Oplyathon, then a lot of them will get returned and I'll miss out. So that's not great. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That is freaking incredible. I was in such a slump all of March that I barely read anything. and I feel like a failure. But it's fine. Ooh, I really don't like this brush at all. Goodbye forever. Let's try this one instead. Okay. What I did do in March, instead of reading, was I watched a lot of YouTube. I started watching Starkid, which I have not done really ever. I've never seen a full Starkid production before very recently, and I don't know, like I'd seen parts of a Harry Potter musical and a Harry Potter sequel, but that's really all I had seen them for. But this month, or last month, I ended up watching Firebringer, and I actually really enjoyed that. So then, early this month, I watched The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, and I love it. It's great. They're both really great. I personally like The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals more. It's quite funny, and yeah, I recommend. It's, if you don't like language, you won't like it, but I had a great time with it. I like made Chris watch parts of them with me, and he's been laughing, so I'm hoping that means that he'll watch the entire thing. But we'll see. I just rolled my ankle, which is why I'm on the couch today, so that I can have my foot elevated. I just tripped, like the clumsy person I am. Oh my gosh, that sucks. Your cold sucks, I mean. I also have a bit of a sore throat that I've had for like a week and a half, but it's not really affecting me besides the fact that just like my throat hurts, but oh well, what you gonna do about it? So, anyway, that's been me. Just lots of Starkid, and I did end up, Starkid just came out with like their new Kickstarter for their 2 shows that are going to be later this year, and I did, since I've been enjoying their stuff so much, I did support, so I felt good about that. Like, I didn't give a lot, gave a little bit, but that's really nice. I'm glad that I started watching at the perfect time where I could actually donate to one of their Kickstarters and know that I'm like paying for all this wonderful free like entertainment that I've been getting. I've been able to like pay for it a little bit, which is, I don't know, it feels good. Oh gosh, well, I don't know. I've just been upping my intake of vitamin C and just been drinking lots of water. So I hope, I mean, it hasn't gotten worse. Like, it's pretty much only bad in the mornings, but, and then it like fades a bit more towards the end of the day. I feel like my throat is probably just mostly dry right now more than anything else. I just need to drink more water. I do sound like I'm dying a bit though, which is lovely. Anyway, this is not very interesting because you guys can't see what I'm doing at all, but I'm having a lot of fun. But yeah, if you want to watch a really fun musical, I really do recommend The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals. I mean, Firebringer is really fun, but like, I don't really care about the plot of it, besides I just like the actors, the humor. Some of it is quite fun, some of it is like not my style at all. It's a lot of potty humor. So if you like potty humor, then you might enjoy that one a lot more than I did. I liked it despite of that. So if you enjoy that, then I would say that you probably might really enjoy it for parts of those aspects. But anyway. And I've been getting a lot of the songs stuck in my head, both from Firebringer and from the guy who didn't like musicals. Especially from Firebringer, that I don't really want to do the work today song, my anthem. Oh, that's awesome. I don't think Chris actually ever read Strange Weather. I mean, I definitely didn't, because horror is not for me, although I am recommending The Man Who Didn't Like Musicals, which is like a horror comedy show, but it's also comedy, so I don't know. I watch everything on my phone. Christopher is always on the computer. No, I shouldn't say that. Christopher is usually on the computer, and he doesn't like moving the computer, so I literally never use it except for when I live stream, pretty much. Or when I edit. And I didn't even end up live streaming last week. I didn't intend to skip. I just didn't end up having time. My day just ended up being so much busier than I guess I anticipated. And it just didn't happen. And then it was, all of a sudden it was like 10:30 at night. And I'm like, I'm not starting a freaking live show at 10:30 p.m. when I have to work in the morning. That's not happening. So sorry that I pieced out without any warning. I was not expecting to do that. Ooh. But I've also just sucked at using anything this week, like Discord or anything. But in the future, I would like to announce times and stuff on there. I also want to start using Twitter more often, but I don't know how much that's going to actually happen. I don't feel like anyone follows me on Twitter, so I don't know what the point would be. But I don't know, I love when people tweet about stuff on Twitter that I find, I don't know, that it's like I'm invested in what they're doing for whatever reason, that I love watching that, but I don't know if anyone feels that, so I don't know, but it's something that I would like to start doing more. Oh, bye, Bruna. Thank you. I hope so too. Oh, bye. Hi, Keisha. Yeah, nobody's here this week, which is, I mean, not nobody's here. A lot of people aren't here this week, I guess I should say, but that's cool. I thank you guys for stopping in at all. I appreciate it. Yeah, and a few people follow me on Twitter, but I feel like a lot of people on here don't use Twitter at all. So, but a lot of people have been on the Discord lately, and so I feel like that would be a better place to start doing updates and stuff for anyone who cares, when I'm going live and when things are happening and planning stuff out. So That'll be fun. I just rolled my ankle. So, I sprained it. I've been keeping it elevated. I've been, I don't know, icing it and stuff. It only happened yesterday, but I did take time off of work so that I can, like, rest it up and not stress it out more. So maybe I will have more time to read over the next few days as well, which will be good. I'm using up all my sick time, which is not good, but I have sick time in the first place, which is good, so yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go fill up my water because my throat is not happy with me, but then we can do a little shroom update. Just so fun. It's my little tub of water, my paintbrush, my paints, my other paintbrushes, and then this is the mushroom that I'm working on right now. And that's what it looks like so far. Not like a lot, but it'll get there. I'm just putting down the base colors, and then we'll see what happens from there. Okay, I'll be right back. It will take a minute longer though because I'm walking very slowly and trying to keep as much pressure off my ankle as possible. I also have been, is that all the pencils? I just sat on a few pencils. Nope, there's one more. I also bought about 300 bookmarks on AliExpress last week, or the week before that, sometime. They've started arriving, and I have been having fun, and it makes me want to read more physical books because they're so beautiful. So that's been a good time. What the frick did I do with my watercolors, though? Okay, seriously. Oh, they're literally right here. Okay. Ooh. If you guys want to craft with me, please do. Pull out your, I don't know, your paints, your crochet, your knitting, your carding, anything, and feel free, because I'm having a lot of fun. So yeah, anyway, Romanceopoly is this week. Okay, sorry. Romanceopoly is this week. And I don't think it's happening. I did make a TBR and I have it written out over there, so I think that was all I wanted to say on there, though. You're reading notes above while you listen. But are you knitting and crocheting right now, Libby? That's the point that I'm making, is like, pull out your craft and craft with me while I craft. Okay, so this needs a lot more, like, pure red tones. So I have this little painting kit that my mama got me, like, 10 years ago, actually. Yeah. I think this is over 10 years old at this point, or about to be 10 years old. I've had it for a while. I have refilled the paints. They haven't always been... I've used it that they're not all, like, totally full, and I've refilled it. But, there were some colors that I was just like, this is not having the right color scheme for exactly what I need for some of the things. So I have 4 little paints that I keep outside of this that fill in the gaps. Like, I'm sorry, no matter how much I mix blue and purple and brown together, I'm never gonna get black. It never looks black. Violet or whatever and brown just do not, I can't do it. I don't know. And so, like, I bought a black, I bought a violet. I think you're supposed to mix, like, indigo and brown together to make black. Nah, it's not happening. I bought a black, I bought an indigo, I bought, like, it's called Alizarian Crimson something. I bought a crimson color, and then I also just bought a red because they didn't have a red. They had 2 oranges, but they didn't have a pure red. And I was like, nah. So, anyway. Okay. I don't know. Give me a topic to talk about. I don't know what to talk about. I'm totally blank. This is why I haven't been live streaming recently, is I've had nothing to say. I mean, the last few live streams that I've done, I feel like have been garbage. I've had a ton of anxiety recently, which has been super fun. Okay, this is really boring. I really need to say something. Well. I read 3 books this week, which is a lot considering how little I've been reading. I did that all in like 4 days, and none of them wowed me. Let's see if I can remember what they are. So I reread East by Edith Pitot. I liked it, but not as much as I did when I read it when I was a teenager. I read this when I was in high school, and I adored it, and I ate it up, and I thought it was like the best thing ever. And then rereading it now, I mean, I liked it. I think it's a pretty good retelling, but I don't think it's like superlative outside of it being the retelling. And it's not really a retelling, I feel, so much as it is just an expansion. It's not really changing anything. It's just giving more depth and reasoning to why certain things are going on and stuff. So, I don't know. It was quite interesting. I enjoyed my reread of it. It's very atmospheric and chilly, and it was enjoyable, but I don't know. I ended up giving it 3 stars. Like, I liked it, but it's not, like, mind-blowing. I think I definitely do like, oh gosh, what is it called? By Jessica Day George. Is it just called East of the Sun, West of the Moon? I don't remember what it's called. But whatever Jessica Day George's East of the Sun, West of the Moon retelling is, I enjoy that one more. Oh, okay. If you're gonna go for a retelling. But what I do not recommend at all is the Sarah Beth Durst retelling. What is it called? Ice or something? That's garbage. I do not like that one at all, so. I don't know. And with East, I just feel like it goes from like, I just don't feel like I believe their relationship at all. Because I feel like she didn't believe their relationship at all. Like the main character, I don't know. It went from like them not being in love to like being in love real fast. And it got super angsty there at the end for no reason. The only thing that I'd say is I do really like some things about the end is just like how they end up pulling in like historical events of the time and stuff, which I think is quite fun. So like if you fact checked some stuff, it's quite fun. And they like name drop some character or some historical figures that I think is quite interesting. But anyway, okay, second book I read. I read this book, it just came out a little while ago, maybe a couple weeks ago, called, what is it called? It's called If the Magic Fits, and it's stupid. It's basically, oh gosh, that is way too pigmented. Oh no, I hope I haven't ruined this. Okay, that's probably fine. Okay, so this book, it gives me a little bit of like Edie Baker vibes, like a tiny bit, but it was just so pointless. The whole book I was thinking, why do I care? Why do I care about this character? Why do I care about what's happening? Why anything? I never cared, and it just all seemed very pointless. Like halfway through the book I was like, but why does this matter? And I don't know, it also gave me a little bit, it almost gave me like Edie Baker vibes mixed with the Tale of Despereaux vibes. It kind of made me want to go reread the Tale of Despereaux because I haven't done that in a hot minute. Like I probably haven't read that book since I was like 13, but I don't know, it was quite interesting for like that, like the vibes it gave me, but it was just so pointless. It did nothing. It added nothing. Oh. Alright, bye Libby, have a good one. I don't know, it just ended up being like a useless book with useless characters and useless everything, and I just was not here for it at all. I don't know, like I forced my way through it, I finished it, but I liked it somewhat at the beginning, but as I kept reading it, I just like, nothing was for any reason, and it was so weird. Anyway, I guess I could tell what it's about. So it's about this girl named Darling Dimple, who, I think that's like where I got also some of my like, what's her face vibes, the Despacio or whatever her name is vibes a little bit, because the Despereaux vibes, because of like the the princess or whatever, the maid with the cauliflower ears and yada yada and like stuff like that, I think gave me those vibes a little bit. But so it's about a girl named Darling Dimple who is like stupid and sucky. Anyway, she's like a laundry maid in the castle. Don't ask me how, because she's useless and never does her job. And then she ends up becoming one of like the pressers, so like basically an ironer to the princess. And then she like finds this like wardrobe full of magical dresses that change you into other people as long as you wear them. And then there's like a canary bird of the princesses, and I don't know, it's just like a lot of like random stuff. And I don't know, I thought I would really like it going in because it looked really fun, but it was just a lot of like, what the F is happening? Yes. Hi, Mom. I sprained my ankle yesterday on a walk. This is what I get for going outside. I have started painting again a little bit, just very recently. And that's it. And I'm complaining about books I read that I hated. Here. Painting update. So, all of these I did a few days ago. There's just one of them that I'm working on right now. But this is the one that I'm doing right now, is this little squat mushroom. Where my pinky is. So, anyway, those are the mushrooms that I've painted so far. And I'm working on this one, my cute little guy. And he's about to get some white stripes. I hope I can make them pretty opaque. We'll see. Thanks, Mommy. I read another book this week too, but I can't remember what it is right now. I would have to like get on Goodreads and like check what I read. I think I was like another 3-star book. Like, it was good, it was fine, but didn't wow me. Yeah, I don't think these white ones are actually going to show up super well. I think the problem being is that my white is pretty gray. I might have to get the acrylic paints out to finish this painting up, which is quite sad. All of my paints are still pretty full from the last time we filled them, Mom, except for my white. My white has a huge dip in it. Oh, okay. I'll send you a picture. I mean, they're nothing like superlative. I basically just Googled pictures of... I literally Googled like watercolor mushrooms and then am copying them. But And not very well either, but the good thing is that every mushroom looks different, so even though my thing doesn't look perfect, it still looks like a mushroom. Whereas, like, if I was doing this of, like, a particular person or something, I don't think it would, like, nearly as good, but I don't know. I recently read a book called The Mushroom Fan Club Book, or something like that, The Mushroom Fan Club, and it's just this lady in a children's graphic novel just painting pictures. It's just a bunch of pictures of mushrooms that she drew, and then she just tells you about the mushrooms, and it was really cute and really fun, and that kind of like gave me this idea a bit, but then also it's just fun. So, and I've like been looking at a lot of mushrooms online recently. I wish I liked mushrooms because they're so cool, but I don't. They're disgusting. I think this is about as good as this one's gonna get unless I decide to pull out some acrylic paint, which I don't feel like doing. I don't feel like standing up and walking any more than I have to. Wait, do I have acrylic paint right here? That might be a different story. I might have acrylic paint, actually, when I pulled out my paintbrushes. But yeah, Christopher was live streaming the other day, and while I was watching him, I just decided to start doing this, and he came out and he was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "You were just painting?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just painting." Yeah, they're disgusting to eat. I do not like eating mushrooms. Okay. Wow, that looks like crap. Okay, it's fine. This is my least favorite one I've painted so far, but it's okay. That's what it looks like. It looks like a mushroom. It's fine. Ooh. I know they're watercolors, Mom. But I think I have acrylic right here. Ooh. I do have some white acrylic right here. Am I gonna ruin it if I do this? Probably. It's okay. It's already ugly. Let's see how this goes. I don't think that's true, Judith. I think you could do it. Am I painting? Wait, what? I mean, I am painting right now. But I don't like eating them. I don't think I have a small enough paintbrush to really get these details that I want. Also, this isn't my smartest idea because this is the one right at the bottom of the page, which means that as I try to draw some of the other ones, my hand's going to be in wet paint and smear the painting. I really should have thought this through. Oh no, I'm painting on paper. I might have been dabbing paint into the tissue in my hand. Okay. And there we go. Well, it looks closer to the original that I was copying now. But still not great. I still don't love it as much as, like, these ones over here are my favorites. Or, like, the blue one's pretty fun. It's fine. Let's move on to another one. Okay, I guess I'm going to move to this bigger, untainted cup of water because the other cup now has acrylic paint in it. Again, more... I should have thought this through before I did it. Okay, let's do... Ugh. Yes, Judith, you should do a paint by numbers right now. That would be so fun. I am... Oh gosh. Should I do this one right now? Yeah, I might as well. Okay, this is not the right paintbrush though. I need something bigger. Like this one. To get a nice wash of color. It's like very, the color that I need is like very, like a peachy yellow, which is quite interesting. Ooh, who wants to bet Chris is gonna be like, you're painting on the couch when he walks in? And be horrified.
Hey.
Hello.
Are you done?
No.
Oh. You're just painting this room?
Yep. He wasn't.
What?
I said, who wants to bet Chris will be horrified that I'm painting on the couch? But you didn't say a word.
I mean, just be careful.
Mm.
I brought in our last bag of books from yesterday.
Oh, nice. Ooh. Should I do a book haul for Judith?
No.
What?
No.
Why?
I'm gonna have to bring all the books to you and I don't feel like it right now.
Oh, he doesn't want to bring the books to me.
I'm tired.
I bought some books for Judith yesterday when we were out with Steve, but she doesn't even know exactly what I got her because it was kind of frantic. And then when we got home, I sprained my ankle while we were out. So anyway, I sprained my ankle. It only happened yesterday, and
I feel like you're not very...
I'm not loud.
Not very, no.
Are you listening?
Yeah, I just turned it on. I can barely hear what you're saying. I don't know. It's just me, but...
Well, you just made it worse.
No, I didn't. I'm just making it closer to you. That's closer.
It's this thingy. It needs to be tighter.
I don't know. That's fine. Just
Okay.
a little bit closer.
Okay.
I know you're just speaking away from the mic.
How was your workout?
Good. Alright.
So it happened while we were out with Steve yesterday. So, like, it... hasn't done anything yet. I'm not really worried about owls at all, though. Like, I'm not even paying attention to owls right now because I'm just focusing on reading my library books. I think mid-month I'll reassess and see how many I haven't done and try to focus on those, but I'm not really looking at it at all yet. Okay. Let's see. This mushroom is very, like, flesh toned. It's not very appealing to eat, but it's interesting to look at. Also, let's be real, the Grim Grotto has kind of put me off mushrooms forever. Freaking cool, but it's freaking scary. Book standing people are people who go to cheap places to buy books, like book sales or reasonably priced thrift stores or places like that, and they just have like a phone like device where they just scan all the barcodes on books, and the scanner will tell them how much a book's like estimated retail value would be secondhand, and then they take all those books and just sell them online. That's what he's talking about. So people who aren't actually like readers or care about the reading process, they just sell books online to make a profit. So they usually are very ruthless. They will like shove you out of the way to look at books. They are very rude a lot of the time. And they grab a lot of like high value books, but not necessarily books that a lot of people care about. Like they usually go after like textbooks and things like that. I like this mushroom's color palette though. It's like a really pretty, like purpley maroon color. Just quite fun. I mean, I've never seen one like at a normal library, but for the library sale when they bring out all the extra books and stuff, that's when I see it. But for libraries that have just like normal rooms, I never really see it there. But then if they're having like a special sale where they bring out extra books, that's where you see it mostly, I feel like, in my personal experience at least. So, other interesting things to talk about. Ooh, I kind of want this color. Boop. Kind of warm up this purple a little bit. Yeah, that's a closer match. I've started making another star jar, which, yes, I know is excessive. I have so many star jars, but this one is quite unique because it's my 5-star reads star jar. So every book that I've ever given 5 stars to, both pre and post booktube, are gonna have their own little papers. And then I think I'm gonna do, like, I don't know, I don't want to call it like a rereadathon because I know there is a rereadathon already, but I think I'm gonna do like a 5-star rereadathon-esque thing where I just like pull out books from this and reread books that are 5 stars and only focus on books that I've given 5 stars to. I mean, because I reread a lot of books, not just books that I give 5 stars. I reread a lot of 4-star books. And also, okay, I really need to turn off my notifications because my family is driving me crazy right now. How do I do that? They're just texting like crazy and my phone won't stop buzzing. Mute. There we go. I've muted my family. It's fine. I can unmute them later. So, I don't know. A personal goal of mine is to reread every book that I've given 5 stars to within the past 5 years. That's definitely not a thing that I'm currently up to date with. There's a lot of books that I read in like 2013 and before that I have not read in so many years, and I would really like to do that. So I put them in specific color groups so I can like work on those, like specific colored paper. But yeah, sorry, let me scroll back. I missed some stuff. Yay, Judith, go! Star jars are so fun. I'm not sure how much longer I'm streaming for. Maybe not too long. I don't know, my throat kind of hurts, to be honest, but a little bit longer at least. Five-star reading challenge. Yeah, that's how one of the libraries really close to me is. Yeah, you just like drop quarters in, and there's even been times where like I haven't had enough cash on me or whatever, and I'll be like, is it okay if I like pay later? And they're like, yeah, just take the book and just come pay it later. So like then I'll go back like a few days later and give them the money, and I'll usually like give a little extra because I'm like, oh, thank you. Like, that was really nice for you to let me take this book. I was very excited about. So since I very rarely have cash on me or large amounts of cash, I mean, not that you need large amounts of cash for a library book sale, they're super cheap, but anyway. That's what I'm making right now. I'm currently working on folding it. I have them all written out. I just need to fold them all. And then I also want to do the same thing with 4-star books. Because, I don't know, the way I've been thinking about it is I have rated so freaking many books on Goodreads 4 stars at this point that it's almost lost its meaning. Because I guess for me, a 4-star book is a 5-star book, but didn't quite make it. So I feel like there's a lot of books that I've given 4 stars that are not actually 4-star books. They are more like 3-star books. I mean, and 3-star books are still good, but they're not things that I care about rereading all the time. But, like, I have books that are 4-star books that I reread all the time, but they're not quite there for me, and I don't know if they ever will be, but I still really, really like them. And I feel like that's not what a lot of my 4 stars are. So I also want to, like, work on rereading 4-star books and seeing if they... I feel like... I know for a lot of people, like, if a book has rereadability, that's what they call a 5-star. Is it has to be, like, a 4-star but has rereadability. And for me, that's not true. Because I love rereading even if they're not 5-star books. So I feel like rereadability is a 4-star thing for me as well. And it's even lower than that. Like, I've reread books that I've given 1 star before, and I've been really glad that I've done it because I found some new favorite books by doing that. But I don't know. It's just something I've been thinking about. So I think I'm going to do a 4-star version as well. And then just, like, occasionally just be like, I'm going to pull some books out of here that I know I'm either going to be excited to reread, or they're not going to be 4 or 5-star books for me anymore, and then I can bump the rating down or whatever. And there's always, of course, the factor as well of, like, oh, am I in the mood for this? And I can take that into account, because I know I tried to reread East a few months ago, and I could not get into it. I ended up setting it down for a little bit. I picked it up just recently, and I gave it 3 stars, and I liked it, and I'm glad I reread it. But if I had forced my way through it earlier, I might have only given it 1 star or 2 stars, so there's also that factor as well. Gosh, I just need, like, every special color because they make the painting so much better. I'm so addicted to the paper at Michael's, though, that you can buy that has, like, the big sets. Like, oh my gosh, I love them. And I want to buy, like, even more of them. I have so many, but, like, I've used a lot of the colors that I like out of them already. So I'm like, I need more, but, like, I really don't need more. I just want more. I really like the dirt on this one. It's quite fun. For this one, that has a lot of soil at its roots, and it's a cute touch. It looks like it's just been uprooted, potentially. Or it's even still in the ground or something. Quite interesting. Interesting. Okay. Don't let Chris hear me. Yeah. I know, I have so much paper already. I have done that before. I didn't do it when I was making videos, like when I stopped making videos or even doing live streaming for a while. Like, I think that was in 2017. I did that. Actually, I was doing it so that I wasn't giving myself 3 chances, though. I was just doing, this is before I sorted my Goodreads into the different, like, TBR rankings as well. And I was doing that where I was just drawing one every 2 weeks, and then I gave myself 2 months to read the book. So, like, in case I needed to check it out from the library and they didn't have it available and they had a few month wait or whatever, I just had to read it within a couple months, and I'd give myself deadlines. And I did go to quite a few books off of my TBR. I did that for a few months. I think I was actually drawing a book every single week, and then I was giving myself, like, 2 months to read them. And, I mean, I did read quite a few books that I would not have prioritized otherwise, but I didn't like any of them. And I don't know if that was, like, due to me reading books that weren't what I was, like, wanting to read at that time or not, but...
Sure. Do you need anything?
I need to go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay. I was gonna see if you need me to bring you anything.
No, do you want to carry me?
Sure. Well, actually, I don't know. I just worked out. I'm really sore.
Oh,
so.
Okay. You don't have to do that. I thought you were saying because you were sweaty.
No.
I'll be right back. I'll keep talking about that in a second before Chris hops in.
I can try.
No, it's okay. No, I don't want to hurt you. Just help me up.
Okay.
Ooh. Well, that's not the helpful side. Love you. Okay. Oh, I'm back. Okay, it's fine. So, quick update. Here's my mushrooms. They're not done yet, but I'll literally go crazy if I keep working on them right now. They're not done, I am done. I'll probably come back and add a few details later, but really, my limit is like 2 mushrooms at a time. After that, I need to move on and do something else. Get all my crap out of the way. don't know. I hadn't watercolored or painted in so long that like I forgot how time consuming it is to like actually like color something. Whereas like if I draw something, all I have to do is draw it and then I'm done. But like for painting, it's a lot more work. Anyway, this is like one of my inspirations of like why I started doing the mushrooms is that I ordered these on AliExpress and they hadn't come yet, and I was like, I want some mushrooms in my life. So these are the things. So this is like a little packet of stickers that I ordered online. And there's just some really pretty and lovely botanicals. They look a lot more saturated in real life. Let's see. And also I feel like since I'm going to be an herbologist for owls, I think this would be like a fun thing to do. So there's a girl, I would have to find her handle, who's doing owls, who's posted these really fun trackers that she's doing. Oh, here we're getting to the mushrooms. So there's these mushrooms, so cute. And then there's this mushroom, which is also very cute. And then there's these mushrooms, also very cute. So there's only 3 mushrooms in here, but I would love to do a little like bullet journal spread, maybe sometime today or tomorrow, with like books that I read for owls, or even just books that I read this month in general, but like decorate the page with these little stickers, and then any books that I read for owls, I can just write above them what subject they count for, but I can do that at the end of the month. I don't know, the thing is that I do want to read all the books on my Goodreads. They wouldn't be on there if I didn't have an interest in them. There's very few books on there that I would just like completely take off. Like I want to at least try them, but I did end up DNFing a lot of those books because I just didn't like them. So anyway, here's my current things that I'm folding. I have all these papers left to do. It's a million, and then those are what I've folded so far. And my Snow White mug. This is what I've been using for my bowl for my yarn balls, but every time I've tried to crochet recently, I've felt like I was going crazy, so I'm going to take a little break on the crocheting. I mean, I'm really enjoying it still, but I've just been having a hard time. I think with the anxiety, I've just had a hard time like focusing on it, and I've been like miscounting the stitches and stuff like that, so I need to do it when I'm a little bit more relaxed. So I mean, there's always 200 more books that I'm excited about over a lot of the books on there, which is why I have them split into like priority TBRs, like number 1 priority, number 2 priority, number 3, 4, and 5, and I know where to drop books. So books that I have like an interest in, but I don't really care about when I read them. I just would like to read them at some point. I'll put on like my 5 level 5 priority. Like I want to read them, but there's no like time in my mind where I'm like, oh yeah, I would like to get to this by this time. Whereas like books that are on my like level 2 priority are like, I would like to get to this within like the next year or so. And then books on my level 3 priority is like, I would like to get to this like next year, but I don't really care about getting to it this year, etc., etc. So there are a lot of books on my level 5 priority shelf, but I still am interested in them. And I think that would be a fun thing to do quarterly or every, like, 2 times a year or whatever, is to go through those shelves and just realign them and make sure that they're still accurate. No more hair. I really haven't found any more. I love you.
What?
I love you.
I love you.
I heard him walking around. Okay. For reals though, all these star folding are making my fingers hurt, so I'm gonna stop after this one. But this is not like a timed jar. I don't have to have it done by any time. It's just when I'm done, then I can reach in and start rereading some of my favorite books. Ta-da! Which is another reason why I think having a 4-star like reread jar would also be fun, because there are a lot of books like that are parts of series, whereas like I give a lot of the books 5 stars and a lot of the books 4 stars. So then that way I can like make sure I'm rereading the entire series rather than just like rereading my favorite books. I need to get more water. Yeah. I don't know what else to talk about though. There's not really a ton going on. I'm hoping to read a lot tomorrow. Oh, I did want to talk about, so my reading plans. Oh yeah, I definitely reread series out of order. I mean, if I've already read the series a million times, why not just read your favorites? That's the last time I reread the Chronicles of Narnia. I literally just read 1, 2, 5, and 6. Because those are my favorites, and I hate number 7. I am not a huge fan of number 3, and number 4 is kind of boring. So I just reread my favorites. And like Redwall, I definitely go back and reread my absolute favorites and then not read any of the other ones. But even though I still really like them, I'm just like, but it's not Loamhedge, so I'm not going to read it, which is silly. I should read all of them, so I think that's a good way to get me. I mean, what am I planning to read tomorrow? So tomorrow, well, what I'm reading right now, today, is let's see. So I'm reading The Hello Girls by Elizabeth Cobbs right now. It's a nonfiction about basically like the switchboard operators at the turn of the century. And how they were soldiers and stuff. I don't know why I like air quoted soldiers. They were soldiers. Not all of the women were soldiers though. Some of them, right now where I am in the book, they're just talking about basically what switchboard operators are, but then later it's going to go into talk about women who were soldiers during the war and how their like switchboarding really helped. And then after that, I'm probably going to move on to Unmarriageable by Sonia Kamal. I don't know if I'm going to love that one, so we'll see. I'm going to that one with super low expectations just because I don't know much about it. Not afraid to drop it, though. And then the next book that I have on my list is The Lady from the Black Lagoon by Mallory O'Meara. And those are the top books on that I have checked out from the library right now. I basically just have a ton of nonfiction checked out right now. So I'm trying to break it up, fiction, nonfiction, fiction, nonfiction, so I don't get like burnt out on either one. Because some of the fiction books that I have are like very similar, or a bunch of young adult titles and stuff. So anyway, that's what I'm working on right now. For the Hello Girls, I'm currently 2 hours into that, and I would like to finish the entirety of it by like tomorrow morning, get it done, and then start Unmarriageable and see how I feel about that. And tomorrow is technically the start of Romanceopoly-a-thon. If I was doing Romanceopoly-a-thon, which I wish I was, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I did pick out books for it. So the books that I did pick out were Naked and Death by J.D. Robb, The Goal by L. Kennedy, Sprig Muslin by Georgette Hare, Heartless by Gail Carriger, Slave to Sensation by Nalini Singh, Rhythm, Chord, and Malkin by, oh gosh, what's her name? Slow Burn, what's her name? Gosh, she wrote To Lukov from Love, with Love. Oh gosh. What's her name? Anyway, what's her name? I really like her. And Nice Girls Don't Have Fangs. I don't remember the author on that one either. So I did choose out those 7 books to fit the 7 prompts. We'll see what I get to, though. Maybe we'll... Yes, J.D. Robb is a pen name for Nora Roberts. I may end up switching, like, doing an alternating thing, or, like, read a library book, read a book from this list, read a library book. That way I can, like, participate in both. But who knows if that's going to happen. I don't know. Especially... We'll see. Chris and I also want to maybe go to the movies later this week to see Captain Marvel again, and also Hellboy is coming out, I think, this week, and I think we both want to see that. I think he's going to see it first, and then if he likes it, I'll go see it with him, because we really like Hopper. I don't remember what his real name is. The guy from Stranger Things. He's playing Hellboy, and that movie looks ridiculous. So, yeah. I love the blue one. Oh, thanks, Mommy. That's really behind. I don't know where you are in this stream that you're saying that, but thanks. Hellboy is not Marvel. At all. What is Hellboy? I'm thinking like Dark Horse Comics, but I don't know if I'm making that up. Hellboy is... yeah, David Harbour. Yeah, Dark Horse Comics. F yeah. Good job, me. So, yes, not part of the MCU. I'm gonna go get some water, because my throat is killing me. I'll be right back. Ooh. also got myself a little bit of a snack. Oof. Okay, so yeah. So my reading plans for this week is to get through as many library books as I possibly can. You already killed your paint by numbers? Like you killed it, like you finished it and you crushed it and it was awesome? Or you killed it like you ruined it? Send me a picture. This is just goat cheese. Oh, you ruined it? Oh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm laughing at you. Is there no way you can wait till the paint dries and then start over? But next week, I'm going to be reading the entirety of The Lord of the Rings. I'm starting next Monday. And I'm going to go, I think I'm going to finish like the beginning of April. So it falls in line pretty well with Tome Topple. I'll at least be able to finish like the first book. Because in my set of Lord of the Rings, the first book and the third book are over 500 pages. I'm sure there's some edition where the second book is as well. But anyway, so I will count for Tome Topple. I'm not reading it for Tome Topple. I'm reading it because the second week of April, Chris and I are going to go to a Tolkien exhibit in New York. I'm really excited about it. But I actually haven't read the entirety of the series before. And I haven't read any books in the series since I was like 10. So it's been a while. So I'm going to binge the entire series before we go to the Tolkien exhibit, because I think that will just make me appreciate it a lot more. Which have I read of the series? I read the first 1.5 books when I was younger. But I am thinking that I'm going to have to split the books up with other books in between. Yes, The Hobbit is a prequel to The Lord of the Rings. Which I reread The Hobbit last year. So now I just need to continue on from there. I really enjoyed rereading The Hobbit, though. It was a lot of fun. I couldn't get that stupid barrel chase out of my mind from the movie, though. The Hobbit movies were just very over the top. The Lord of the Rings is one book. It's technically part 1, part 2, and part 3. It was published in 3 parts, but it is one book. Oh, you sent a picture? Sorry. I wasn't even looking at my phone. Oh no, what did you do? Why did you do that? Was that supposed to be black? Was it supposed to be that shape? I have no idea what this picture is even supposed to be. What is it a painted number by? It's hard to keep the same shape. Oh no. I mean, it was written, it is 3 parts. So just like how any book that has several parts in it, there is stopping parts. Just like stopping parts in chapters and stuff. I'm excited to read book 3 though, because I've never even dabbled in it before. Pandas. I don't know. I don't know if I can see it well enough. Are those things supposed to be whiskers underneath the yellow? I'm very confused. And if those are eyes, they look more like buttons. Anyway. So, those are my current reading plans. But I've also been feeling super anxious and had a hard time concentrating on books, so we'll see what happens. I haven't read that one yet. It's on my TBR, but last year instead of that one, I ended up reading the one by L. Frank Baum, and it was terrible. I hated it. Why, Judith? That game is so hard. I really want to start playing Animal Crossing again. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. While I'm just laying in bed all day, I can just play Animal Crossing for 8 hours while listening to audiobooks. That actually sounds like a good plan. Then play it, Judith. Nothing's stopping you. Ooh, Judith. I wish Melody was here. Does anyone have Animal Crossing? Someone should just come play on the island with Judith and I. And we can play all the island games and it will be awesome. There's a guy I'm watching on YouTube right now, who is basically completely redoing his Animal Crossing New Leaf town. So he's completely plot resetting. and path resetting and doing everything. So he's tearing up all his community work projects. He's kicking all his neighbors out and forcing new neighbors to move in to places that he wants them to move, reworking all the paths, redoing everything in his whole town. And it's insane. And his town before, he had so many of like the hybrids of flowers, and he just like ran over like all his blue roses, and I wanted to cry. Like, I want your blue roses, please, they're so beautiful. He just like killed them all. I mean, but to be fair, like, he did the hard work and he bred them all so he can do whatever he wants, but like, it was pretty heartbreaking. It was very sad. I was not down for that. It, like, literally was giving me anxiety seeing him destroy all his flowers, and I had to skip ahead in the stream. Oh, did I teach you how to breed roses? Really? I mean, it's super easy to breed the flowers. You just follow a flower guide. I love New Leaf. New Leaf is my favorite game of all time. I need to play it again. I always get impatient. Once I like do everything that I can do in the day, I'm like, oh, well now I need to skip ahead, and then I just end up time traveling all the time, and all my neighbors move away and all sorts of stuff, and it's sad. I'm so afraid to log back into my town, because if Hamfrey moved away, I'm gonna die. I love Hamfrey with my whole heart and soul. Farmville. Oh gosh. That takes me back to the Facebook days. Farmville. There was another one that I liked better than Farmville on there, but I don't remember what it was called, but I played that one a lot more than Farmville. I did just download some games on my phone recently, to try to kind of help me relax a bit, and while listening to audiobooks to like keep my hands occupied. And gosh, so I've been like playing and dabbling on those a little bit, but like not a ton. I found one called like, oh gosh, is it called Terrarium or something? I don't know. Basically, you're just like raising little like succulents, and it's quite cute, but it's not very like I already have all of them, and I'm already like a super high level, and I started it 2 days ago, so I'm like, well, there we go. Like, I've pretty much done everything I can do in it, I feel like. Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about, Judith. I feel like my friends and I would have played something like that if I'd known about it. We used to... Do you guys remember the buttons on Facebook that you could send each other? That were like little like memes or pictures of like from movies and stuff that you could like send each other? I had a huge button collection. Or maybe they're called pins. I don't remember. Do you guys remember that? I feel like no one did it except for my friends and I, and we would like send so many to each other. I just realized maybe I shouldn't put my cheese on top of the hot computer so it doesn't like melt and ruin it. Oh. But I do think I am gonna find where I put my 3DS. I pulled it out when Judith was here, but we never actually got to it. So I need to pull out my 3DS, see how all my see how, what was I saying? See how all my villagers are, and make Judith get on with me. Maybe I'll message Melody and be like, yo, Melody, play some games with us. Play Animal Crossing. 10 out of 10. That's back 2010 Facebook. Yeah, buttons. That's what they were. Yeah, it was like even earlier than that though, because I mean, even in 2010, I wasn't using Facebook as much as I was in like 2009 or 2008. I feel like in 2008 is when I used like the buttons the most. All the buttons. Okay. We'll go get on Animal Crossing, and I'll go get on, and I'll have to like rehook it and all this stuff. But that's exciting. Seriously, the best game ever, though. So on this terrarium game, or whatever it is called, I'm already level 307. It's so easy to level up. For real, though. It's like you can level up like 5 times in a row, wait 5 minutes, and then do it again. And basically you can just like spam leveling up. It's ridiculous. Hi, Anita! And I seriously started it either Thursday night or Friday night, and I was gone all day Saturday and didn't play it at all. And I've barely played it at all today. So I think I started it Thursday night, and I've barely played it, and I'm already like so high leveled. So I don't know. It's really easy. You feel super accomplished very easily in this one. And yeah, I need to go find where I put my 3DS, though. It's probably somewhere in the bedroom. I am currently reading. I'm only reading about a third of it, a little more than a third of it each week, so I've read my third of it for the week. But I am currently reading The Bear and the Nightingale right now. But I'm not going to finish it for a couple more weeks. I'm buddy reading it with a friend of mine, and we're going to talk about it actually in like 40 minutes. We're going to get on and chat about it and discuss. She's already read it, but I haven't. So anyway, that's my plans for later in the day, is to chat about that, and then to, I don't know, be less of an anxious mess. And maybe I'll start rereading Yotsuba, because how can you be anxious when reading that? She's so sweet and pure. Okay. I just leveled up 4 times in my game right now, by the way. Yeah, I think I'm gonna, it's okay. I'm pushing myself through. I'm trying to read at least a little bit every day still and be kind to myself, but it's not fun, but it's okay. It's fine. And now that I have a couple days off of work, I'm hoping that will make me feel less anxious so I can like read a ton or whatever. Hopefully I actually utilize it and just don't spend all my time watching pointless videos on YouTube. Although I do expect to watch some more Starkid over the next couple days, because I've only watched a couple of their things, but now I want to watch like everything. are you not coming back up?
No.
You're not?
No.
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to end this right now then. I'm going to go. I'll message you, Judith. I'll find my DS. But I'm going to get ready to talk to my friend soon and rest my voice and drink a little water in between so that I don't die when talking to her for an hour as well. So, anyway, thank you for chatting with me. I'm sorry you just got here, Anita. But y'all are the best. Thanks for dealing with me, and I'll try to be more active on Discord this week. So if you guys want to go get on Discord, I will be on there a bit, like quite a bit more, hopefully, and try to
lots of time resting.
Yeah.
Her ankle.
Making.
On Discord.
Yeah, and I can update on my reading and stuff and what I end up doing over the next few days. So keep tuned, and I'll see y'all over there, and I'll see you. You didn't think you'd make it before it was over. Well, you did by like 2 minutes. So anyway. Oh, Judith says bye, Chris.
Bye.
And I'll see you next week, and I'll see you in Discord this week, and it'll be lots of fun. I'll see you in Discord in like 5 minutes. Okay. Bye, everyone.